Hello, welcome back to Tarot by Lodestone Productions, where we help you discover your true north. I am Aditi, and this is a message for whenever this message reaches you, because Spirit is not bound to our time and space continuum, and so the only time by which we tell time is divine time. Get what I'm saying? So, let's check our spiritual voicemail and see what's what. Shall we? Let's. Here we go. Wow, that was a bit stifled. A little choked out. What's up with that? All right. So starting off with the 4 of Fire, Resurrection, 6 of Water, Fool, Mother of Wind, and 1 of Fire. Let's make sure everything is showing up here, and you have room. Spread that out a little bit. Let's get you in the viewfinder. Okay. All right. So, stifled, huh? Okay, so your foundation, your baseline is at the top of the spread. So that's what is in the forefront right now. Either creating or maintaining stability, making sure that anything that you build on this, that this is going to be able to bear the weight of that, because you're also looking at, with Resurrection and 6 of Water, you're becoming a new creature, like a brand new creature. You may be either contemplating starting a new career, changing where you live. You know, there's change in the air. I'm also seeing that with the Fool, but we'll get there in a minute. But this is, you're moving into something that is more balanced, more reciprocal with the 6 of Water. The thought of going into something and giving it everything, with the hopes that your worth will be seen later, is out the door. You are wanting to receive actual recognition in your soul for what it is that you are putting in. Okay, with the Fool, Mother of Wind, and 1 of Fire, with this new direction that you're going, you are giving yourself agency. Wow, and I usually don't see that with the Queen of Swords, but yes, you are giving yourself agency. Like we've talked a couple of days before about being an active participant in your life and in the decisions that you're making, and not just, reacting to what life hands you. With the Queen of Swords and the 1 of Fire right behind it, this is stepping forth and saying, this is what I want out of life. Okay, universe, we're talking about this, and this is what I want out of life. Please do what you need to do to make it happen. These are the desires that you have placed in my heart, in my spirit, in my mind. Okay, I want what you want for me, and I want it real bad. Okay, Mother of Fire, I want it real bad. Okay, Brother of Wind, 2 of Water, 9 of Wind, High Priestess, and Father of Wind. Okay, listen, we got a lot of big players here, right? So you've got the Mother of Wind and or Queen of Swords. Then you've got the Queen of Wands right behind her, right? After the Ace of Wands. So you want what Spirit wants for you, and you want it real bad, okay? because you know that in God's grace, there is true happiness. And that's the goal, is to be in lockstep with Source and also be blissfully happy. So the Mother of Fire is all about that blissful happiness. All about it. Not only is it her claim to fame, it's her life's work. That's what she's here for. To feel good, damn it. I became a vampire to suck blood and fuck forever. Queen of Wands, right? Then you've got the Brother of Wind and the Two of Water right behind it. So the Brother of Wind is very much, he gives Tasmanian devil energy, okay? Just blow through shit, blow a path, make a hole, right? Don't worry about what it looks like. You know what it looks like? It looks like a hole. It's cutting through the bullshit. It's like making rough cuts. Do something like, making rough cuts. This is not the time for surgical precision, okay? Brother Wind isn't about all of that. Big chunks. And once it's gone, okay? The Brother of Wind is not about spending a lot of time pondering 4 and 5 moves out. This is one and done. Cut it and go. Cut and go. Oh, take the money and run. Knight of Swords, right? Pair that up with the Two of Water. This love that you've got in you is growing, which is why you have this need to cut through all of the yarny-go, because you don't want any of that tomfoolery getting in the way of this new love that is brewing, because again, it feels great because you are moving into alignment with what Source has for you. Okay, 9 of Wind, High Priestess, and the Father of Wind. There's going to be a lot of what ifs. Remember, this is a transition. This is something new. This is something new with the Fool. Let me say that one more time. This is something new. So there's going to be a lot of what ifs that are going to plague the mind as you are walking through to your blessing, right? You're going to be faced with some difficult questions. Don't let those difficult questions fluster you, okay? They're just difficult questions. It's not an attack on your worth as an individual. And even if it was, you have the backing from Spirit that says that you are exactly where you need to be with the level of authority that you have been given. Okay? With this level of authority, you're going to be asked difficult questions. See, this happiness that you're seeking, it does not come without challenges. And with all of this knowledge that you already have and that you're about to be blessed with, this is a lot of information. High Priestess sitting next to the Father of Wind and or King of Swords, okay? This is a lot of information, which makes a lot of sense if some of you are going back to school to learn a new skill, trade, whatever. There's going to be a lot of thinking and a lot of fact checking happening in these next few moments. Okay? But going through this is still going to feel good. The goal is to feel good about going through this newness. We got the Father of Water. Come on. The Empress. Hanged Man. 3 of Water. 3 of Fire. And Sister of Water. Okay. So now that you know that there's going to be a lot of mental activity, there's also a lot of emotional activity, as well as activity that is happening in the ethers outside of you, but you still have a direct hand in it. So, Father of Water is here. Okay. Deep, deep feelings, not always revealed to the masses. But that doesn't mean that they're not there just because they're not being revealed. Okay? Remember that. See, the Father of Water, he's right on top of the Mother of Fire, no less. It's that balance between the two, right? Because like the Mother of Fire is about, feeling good, luxury, opulence, being around the right people at the right time, having the right conversations, that whole chestnut. A Queen of Fire, as problematic as she was, but she literally talked herself, Anna Delvey, Queen of Fire, period. And now distorted in a very real sense, absolutely. But she gave off Queen of Fire vibes. Not even gonna front. So with the Father of Water, he is very nurturing, not nourishing. He's very nurturing because he knows this stuff. The man is tapped in, okay? Make no mistake. Plugged in. So when the ocean starts acting a little tumultuous or a storm is rolling in, the Father of Water knows how to handle that way before anybody else does, which makes him such a great father figure for a family, right? Because the emotional health is not just relied on by the Mother of Water. Father of Water is right in there in the trenches with his partner, helping to navigate what is going on in the hearts of his people. Okay. And then we've got the Empress and the Hanged Man. The Empress is creativity personified. The Empress doesn't have to work to make things happen. She just wills it to be. And the reason it looks like it's not work is because she spent a lot of time in the lab developing this skill and this craft. Now, it does start off as a gift. High Priestess, it is a gift. But just like with the High Priestess, this gift isn't going to mean anything if you do not work it. Okay? If you are not nourishing the body like you're supposed to, if you are not taking the time to communicate with spirit, and you are just divining just cause without understanding what it is you're actually doing. Yeah, the Empress has already gone through that, her trials and her tribulations. She has, she's gone through and done the apprentice stuff. She's already flooded the workstation with the walking brooms because she didn't want to do the chores. And then, that had to come in and be cleaned up and fixed up. And then she took those lessons on, maybe I don't need to make my brooms do my bidding. Maybe I'll just take the water out myself. It'll be fine. But now she's at this stage in her life where her manifestations, the timeline between thought and product are very short. It's very short. Then with the Hanged Man here on the same line as the Empress, you don't have to create just one way. If you are in this Empress energy, And creation is just going to happen the way that it's going to happen. Be mindful as to where your magic is stemming from. And even when your magic is stemming from your most pure and connected place, understand that even with that there are multiple ways to approach a solution. 3 of water, 3 of fire, and sister of water. These two images are upside down from one another. You've got your bulb here, your 3 here, and your connectors. Even the cross part of it is still the same. That's really cool. Okay, so 3 of water. Depicted as the stream of love in this card, which I think is really cool, but this is the party like it's 1999 type thing. You were dreaming when you wrote this. Yeah. And with the 3 of water, yes, there is a lot of laughter, and the libations are flowing free, and it's a great time to be had by all. But bear in mind, you are still in this Empress and Hangman mode, right? So when you say things that seem a little radical because you are under the influence, just know that these radical things that you may be speaking of, maybe even in jest, may wind up becoming part of your reality because you're in this Empress mode. Same thing like with this 3 of fire, going right into that with it's receiving answers to previous prayers. Okay, so watch your mouth about what you're talking about now, because what you talked about before is coming around the bend and is presenting itself to you. And then we've got the Sister of Water, or Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is taking lessons from the King of Cups on how to deal with what's going on in your heart space. Because this page is kind of going through royal puberty. So there are a lot of changes happening. Not only, it could be just, physical changes taking place, but what I'm thinking about are the things that are going to be required once this page moves into king status. How you deal with your emotions, how your emotions show up. This is understanding that, you're in the big leagues now. And so being frivolous with what is swimming in your heart space and just allowing some of these things to take form can either help or hurt you. So please be cognizant, especially of this row, because this is talking about what swims around in your heart is going to show up in your hands. Ten of fire, 8 of water, 6 of wind, 4 of water, 5 of earth, and the Emperor. Okay. Now, this from manifestation to production, even though that timeline is a lot shorter than it used to be, don't let it get you down with the 10 of fire. I can't take it any longer. I am over it. I'm gonna drop all this shit because it's hot. I can't see anything and I have splinters everywhere and I'm sick of it. Sick of it. I just want to get away, Lenny Kravitz. I want to get away to a place where I can remember what my thoughts sound like. Because when you are in this 10 of fire energy, you are not worried about what your thoughts sound like. There's fire and there's smoke and there's 10 of these bitches and 9 of them don't even belong to you, but somebody took their steaming pile of dog shit and put it right on the back of your neck, pointed you dead in your face and said, this is your dog shit now. You make Shinola out of it. The fuck? Are you serious right now? What? I can't see with this thing on. It's a very burdensome card. But because it's 10, you know that your time of dealing with other people's projections on you are coming to a close. And you've got this 8 of water and 6 of wind right behind it, which literally talks about walking away and gaining an understanding of what burdens are yours and what burdens need to be left for someone else to pick up. Okay. With the 4 of water, maybe thinking, well, I'm strong enough. I must have been strong enough to handle this so I can just see it all the way through. I mean, you can, but why would you want to? It's not even your shit. This whole, it's fine, or, sitting back and singing Simply Red's Holding Back the Years. One of the two is happening over here. All right, because it's like, oh, I'm so overwhelmed. I'm so overstimulated that I can't see the blessing that is being handed to me. Because you just got finished. You just got finished 3 of Cup in it. Copious amounts of, alcohol and making merry. And now you've got the 4 of water right behind it. That's hangover time right there. I want coffee and my sunglasses, please. Maybe some waffles. I don't know if I'm going to keep them down, but make them anyway. 4 cups. And then we've got the 5 of earth right behind that. So as you're walking away from this 10 of fire, we come down here to the 5 of earth, which is the card of not feeling like you have enough. You're being left out of the cold, ostracized. Nobody loves me. Nobody understands me. Right? But the thing is that you have exactly what it is that you need, and that your community is closer than you think. The only reason why you are on the outskirts of everything is because you walked away. You excused yourself from the table. And then you're wondering why people aren't putting more macaroni and cheese on your plate. You have a network of people who actually want to see you thrive. But the thing is, because you're so mired down or bogged down by this 10 of fire and all of the heat and heaviness that it has brought along with it, once you ditch it, because you're not dealing with this kind of load, you just have the 5 of earth to contend with. It feels like you don't have what you need, but you actually do. You do. And then rounding us out is the Emperor. That's awesome. Actually, that's really awesome, because that means that, oh no, not all the major arcana has come out in this spread. But anyway, so with the Emperor, this is the man who is not interested in justice. He is interested in quiet. and taking advantage of the Six of Wind to take full stock of what is here and what's left so that you know how to move forward, right? The Emperor can show you what to do next, how to go about getting it done. You want to go back to school? The Emperor can give you the strength that you need to get through the enrollment process, because let's be honest, that's the hard part. The Emperor can give you the focus that you'll need to be able to retain the information, right? If it is a new career, the Emperor gives you the energy to go forth, nail that interview, nail that first week in your authentic self. No more of this people pleasing bullshit. Fuck all that. They want to be pleased, they can do it themselves. It's fine. You don't need to do it. The Emperor is telling you you don't need to do it. The Emperor's not going to do it. The Emperor is not going to worry about choosing their words to make their subjects feel better. Ew. No, that's unhealed shit. We not doing that. We don't do that in this house. Just know that there is more here than what you're actually seeing. And it could be that some of it is just on the other side of the shield of protection that Spirit is giving you. All right, thank you for taking the time to hang out with me today. And until we meet again, remember to be good to yourselves and to each other. And I will see you next time. Bye now.